Hi folks, how you doing? This is Iqbal with NVIDIA Daily Analysis. In this video, we will discuss NVIDIA price movement for today and we'll try to make an assessment for rest of the week using technical charts and fundamental. We'll also take a look news regarding NVIDIA, other AI stocks and FOMC meeting and other economic data due this week that can impact NVIDIA stock price. Now, let's get started. On your screen, you see NVIDIA stock charts for today. NVIDIA opened at 875, it made a high 879, it made a low 852, and it closed at 877. That is 0.025% up. And if you notice today's NVIDIA stock movement, there are lots of ups and downs. There was no clear direction today as we predicted. We predicted last week there will be some volatility on the NVIDIA stock in today and tomorrow because SMCI and the AMD earnings due tomorrow and also FOMC meeting starting tomorrow. And on Wednesday, we have Mr. Powell conference. We'll get more clarity on FOMC on Wednesday. You notice one more thing. So after opening, NVIDIA tried to go further down, but it did not go below 850. As you remember, 849 was a strong support level. So it touched 852 and moved up. And that's a good sign. Regarding my position, I put a limit buy position at 849, but I was not able to get it. I was about to get it, but could not. As you remember, I mentioned on Friday that I sold my 50% of NVIDIA position at 879. Moving on, last 5 days, NVIDIA up 8.6%. Last 1 month, NVIDIA down 2.88%. Last 6 months, NVIDIA up 113%. So after touching the all-time high, it made some correction. Now it's trending up, and that's a good sign. So tomorrow and Wednesday are very important for NVIDIA. It will set the direction of NVIDIA for next week. Now let's talk about technical charts. On your screen, you see 90-day hourly interval chart for NVIDIA. In the last 90 days, the lowest point is 475 and the highest point is 962. And we also have RSI. RSI at this point is 68. It's slightly overbought. As we noted on Friday, RSI was around 70 on Friday as well. And we had an opinion that a little correction can happen on Monday based on the RSI. It did happen a little bit this morning, probably about 30 points down this morning. But after that, it went up. Again, RSI 69, the same story. There is some chance that NVIDIA can go down tomorrow. Now let's take a look 30 minutes chart. RSI in a 30 minutes interval chart is at 60, slightly below than the hourly interval chart. As you noted that after touching 75 or 76 on Friday, RSI went down and also NVIDIA stock went down. And this is perfectly in line with our expectation on Friday. And now RSI started to catch up, but at this point it's 60. So in the short term, you see some kind of pressure on NVIDIA stock. And also, there can be some more correction happen on Tuesday in the morning. Now let's take a look at MACD. Now you see MACD chart on your screen. You see MACD line made a high on Friday. And on Friday, we predicted that MACD will go down because the curve was very steep. And that's what we saw today. It's going down. And also the stock went down. Okay, so at this point, still MACD is above zero line, and we might see some more correction happens on Tuesday. Now let's take a look hourly interval chart. In hourly interval chart, you see MACD line was going up on Friday. You touched the highest point, and after that, it started going down, but didn't go down further. So in an hourly interval chart, we didn't see much correction, and this tells that the correction happened in a very short interval. Okay, and you take a notice in the morning. It happened just in 30 minutes. After that, NVIDIA recovered. This tells that that was a temporary shock on NVIDIA stock this morning. And that may not reflect a trend. Now let's draw Fibonacci levels. You see Fibonacci levels on your screen starting from 0% to 100%. The next level of support was 849. You see NVIDIA went down today to 852. but it could not break this support level and it started going up. So next level of resistance is at 892 and next level of support after 849 is 814. Let me draw Fibonacci levels in a different way. You see, based on these Fibonacci levels starting from 962 through 767, the next level of resistance is 887 and after that is 920. At this point, Nvidia is at 877. For the support level, the previous Fibonacci levels work better. That says 849 is a support level. Here's my game plan. I'm going to place another limit buy position at 849 tomorrow and I'll place a sell position around 919, because if Nvidia goes down, it might go up around 849 or it can go down further. Okay, but I'm not expecting Nvidia to go down below 800. I'll take a risk to buy more Nvidia tomorrow. Or if it goes up, then I will keep it as it is until 919 or 920. Now let's take a look news regarding Nvidia. You see news regarding Nvidia on the left side of your screen. Almost all of the news are positive about Nvidia. I didn't find any negative news, but also there is no surprising news at this time. This one, interesting. Nvidia is not crazy expensive from a multiple perspective, says Wedbush Matt Bryson. So Wedbush, most of the time, is very optimistic on Nvidia and other AI stocks. It's not a surprise to me. And this one talks about AMD that says that AMD stock chart flashes bearish signals ahead of Q1 earnings. That could be a possibility. AMD might miss the earnings because it did last time. I'll put a very short video sometime tonight discussing the chances of AMD and SMCI earning miss or earning beat. And another one, that's this one, Malleus Research raises. So this research company raises price target on Nvidia to 1125 from 1000 and maintain the buy rating. But Nvidia won't go up to 1125 very soon, right? We should not be too excited after reading multiple news regarding Nvidia price targets. These analysts, keep raising the target, but we have to be practical and realistic as well. Now let's talk about other AI stocks. You see other AI stocks on your screen. So starting with SoundHound, the most positive change happened on SoundHound, that is 5%, and then SMCI, that is 3.84% up. Then AMD, 1.78% up, and Palantir, 1.38% up, and then Nvidia, 0.03% up, but Avago is negative today. It's good that I sold my Avago stock on Friday. And also I'm gonna buy more Amazon stock probably around 178 if it drops tomorrow. Now let's talk about FOMC meeting and other economic data. On your screen, you see the economic data due this week. Tuesday, we don't have much coming, but we know that SMCI and AMD earnings coming. So Tuesday will be busy for SMCI and AMD earnings and the related news. On Wednesday, we have FOMC interest rate decision coming out and also Mr. Powell's conference. Those two events will be very important. And also Thursday, initial jobless claim, somewhat important, and this guy is very important. Unemployment rate and the employment report. Remember last month when it got published, the market went down. Let's see what happens this time. Let's have a quick review on the Fed rates. On your screen, you see the historical Fed rate starting from January 22 through March 24. At this point, Fed rate is consistent to 5.25 through 5.50, since past so many months. So at this time, Fed is not going to raise the rate, but they might mention some kind of possible rate cut this quarter or next quarter or maybe in Q1 next year. So Mr. Powell conference will be very important. Even if he doesn't mention anything, we can read between the lines what he's trying to say. And also take a look at this chart. that says CPI versus Fed rate. You see CPI, this chart from top to bottom, from high to low. This is very consistent, it's very flat, it's not coming down since last few months. And also this guy, the Fed rate, is also flat from past so many months. So both lines are flat. So let's see what Fed says. And that's all for today. So if I summarize today's discussion, yes, there can be some kind of volatility on Nvidia and other AI stocks tomorrow and Wednesday. But my personal opinion is we might not see a big upside movement on Nvidia stock tomorrow. And there is a possibility, again, this is my opinion, that Nvidia will be moving sideways tomorrow or maybe some kind of drop. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you more tomorrow. Take care.